Welcome to another episode of Eat Smoke Drink. Today we are reviewing a 18-year-old Springbank Sherry Hogshead. This is the first time I've ever tried this kind of bottling and reviewed it. It's the Renegade Mark Reyner bottling. Mark Reyner look, I was chatting to some people. I didn't really research it that much. I don't really care so much about finding out every nitty-gritty about it. I'd rather just taste it and see if I like it. So this is cask 003. The serial number is MBRPT6. Mark Reyner, from our discussions, I believe Mark Reyner was the owner of Brooklady Distillery or something like that, and then he sold it and made a shitload of money, and then he decided he's going to bottle certain things. But anyway, 46%, 326 total bottles, 18 years old, Sherry Hogshead, it says here. Now, I love a Springbank. Springbank, old-fashioned distillery, still relatively no compromise. Let's see in 10 years if they start to compromise, but it's still no compromise type of distillery, old-fashioned, floor malting, dunnage warehousing. As you can see, this one is dark as shit, so that is obviously super influenced by the barrel. Doesn't always mean everything, but it's always interesting to see how much a barrel has influenced a whiskey. But let's get nosing and let's get sipping, and I'll tell you about it. Wow, from the nose you don't even know it's a Springbank. I can't even tell it's a Springbank on the nose. How strange is that? Now there is a chance that maybe this person actually got the barrel, and stored it in his own warehousing, which is a different condition. Maybe he sent a barrel there, fill it up and take it to his own warehouse. It's very possible. A lot of independent bottlers do that. Now, if that happens, then obviously the Springbank character in the warehouse, that usually a decade, 2-3 decades, then that will not impart as much flavor and influence. So, and I'm guessing that could be the process here. Can't be sure, but I'm guessing that would be, because what I'm smelling here, it ain't a Springbank. Menthol on the nose, licorice, heavy licorice, cloves, aniseed, cinnamon, allspice, and actually you can pretty much get that sherry influence in there. That sherry influence is so strong. It's got a slightly nutty, walnutty nose to it, and a slightly meaty salinity as well. Quite unusual, very unusual on the nose. Actually, it's super unusual on the nose. It's not dirty, it's not funky like your signature Springbank. It is more reminiscent of a Glenfarclas or a Glendronach, with a really sharp sweetness. A slight rubberiness to it. Slight smoke, not much, a slight smoke. And when you keep nosing it, it reveals itself. A minty peppermint down the throat and nose. And it smells like you're walking beside a hot pool. How bizarre. How strange. How strange. Springbank that doesn't smell like a Springbank. Is it still a Springbank? Well, technically it is, but is it? Is it? Let's get sipping. Oh, that is bizarre. That is bizarre. Wow. I'm throwing it out there right now. If someone was to give that to me blind, and I love a Springbank, 99 out of 100 times I can sniff a Springbank a mile away, and taste it a mile away. If someone gave me that, I would never guess it's a Springbank. I would never guess it's a Springbank. I don't even know how to describe it right now. A bitterness, molasses. It's almost like in your palate there's a battle between oxidative and sweet, burnt brown sugar, menthol sensation all throughout. The sherry influence is so phenomenally massive that I can literally taste the sherry. I can literally taste the sherry. And I'm guessing as well, and look, if you know more about this bottling, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing as well that this is not some bullshit seasoned sherry cask as well. Not this mass-produced sherry cask they season with vinegar crap and then pump it with whiskey. I think that the sherry hogshead, the sherry staves and barrel used in this was actually used for proper sherry, drinking, sipping sherry. I get a viscosity on the palate that absolutely phenomenal. Tannin is heavy. This reminds me of a single barrel Glendronach or an older Glenfarclas. This does not remind me of a Springbank. How weird is that? Now, is it delicious? I don't know yet, I'll tell you soon. Black pepper. After a few sips, I'm definitely getting a distinctly solid and distinctly dominating earthy flavor. Composting leaves, wet soil, being in the forest just after it rains. A bit clayey, a bit muddy, real dirty and filthy flavor. Oh wow, that is dirty, but not that Springbank funk. Just a dirty, dirty taste in my mouth. Like a Jeffrey Epstein dirty, you know, like you just can't get that dirtiness out of your mouth. On the palate, it is definitely battling between oxidative dryness and sweetness and syrupiness. But I think that the battle is so equal that it's such a strange thing. I'm getting a root beer a root beer taste to it. Now, licorice, root beer. This is a strange, complex beast. This is a weird bottling that I don't even know if I would endorse. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, how long can I enjoy it for? If that makes sense. Actually, you know what? I think it's a good buy because it is so super interesting. There's all sorts of questions one must ask about this bottling. Where was the barrel stored? How long for? Is it a transport sherry butt that they actually use? Is it real sherry? I'm betting it is, but I could be wrong. But man, that sherry is so complete. %. It packs a hell of a punch in terms of flavor. Look, I think that's about it, really. I think you should give it a go. If you can find it, give it a go. If you know more about this bottling, please let me know. I'm really curious. What a weird whiskey. But until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers. Let me know your thoughts. If you know more about it, I would love to know more about this bottling. What a weird bottling. How strange is that? Cheers.